shape, snake tendency. You an enemy. All them lies you telling, I can't let that.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's caught by Montgomery. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. This defense for the Vikings, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And the big difference in the ballgame, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their own.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed it. Off the line into the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, CD, these two teams barely off the buses, and this defense already has a sack and now the interception and the pick-6 to take the lead.
Partner, you'd have to think that this was part of their game plan coming in because they wanted to embrace an aggressive mindset and attack on defense. They were trying to force that quick miscue, and I would say their plan worked to perfection.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I should have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positive.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 at first. We have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dawson Knox, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. The center receiver in motion to the right. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Henry. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. Garibay's kick is good, and that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I'd say it's a pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us. they're going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on third. They'll set up to throw. Sharks got it, left side. And he went nowhere. They'll lose yardage back to the 29. They'll call it a loss of a yard there. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Jack Fox on to punt. And how about this, a fake? And this is caught, and the gamble pays off. They get the first. 17 yards on the fake punt, and that's going to be a 1st down. And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to. Whatever the method there, it worked for him.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, element of surprise and just a strong belief that, hey, we're going to get it done.
Running with Montgomery from the pistol. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number 1, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Looking to pass. Tua. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
In this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Ready. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And this is more of the same right here. These guys have definitely been the aggressors here in the first half. They pushed the envelope in terms of play calls, and that's reflected in the score. And now they're in a position to widen this lead.
A first down carry for Henry. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So now then, the big loss sets up 2nd and 19. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
It's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
A first down there on a pickup of 25. Back to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well. The offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
He'll decide to keep this once more. And this will wind up a Lions first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He's airing it out for Williams. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. They'll set up a throw. Throw left side complete. That's Montgomery. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Derek Stingley picks it.
And the Vikings are going to take over. From 28-yard line. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver?
Blitz coming, and down he goes. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
Nwanga now from his end zone.
And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Completes this one to Thornton.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And just a yard to go here on second down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And his throw here is incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
They'll run. It's Henry. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So he needed 1. He ended up getting 3.
And I really like the way he ran that one, too. That's really intelligent running because oftentimes a running back can get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, making sure you got the first down and not worrying about trying to get a touchdown.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And they've got it well across midfield. side with Henry.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. Touchdown, Vikings! 29 yards. These guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Extra point up and good by Garibay.
And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
Lions 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by J.C. Horn.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he's brought down all the way back in the end zone. My goodness, that's going to be a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. Tua now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
61 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left. 2 and now on 1st down. They're going for Jefferson downfield. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd of the year. And the Vikings get another 3rd-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. The extra point up and good by Garibay. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talked about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. He'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Extra point by Sly is up and good. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. They begin with Henry. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 3 quarters have come and gone. A good gain on 1st, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Running left, it's Henry. And this will be a Vikings 1st down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. 103 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here.
Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Forced out to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come right up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up there thinking about it.
And D-line bearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Henry will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Well, definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. A 4 touchdown passes. They're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going into clock mode after getting that touchdown, right? Because you would think with the lead 4th quarter they might actually do that. No chance. They've kept attacking and got another touchdown pass as a result.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The 40. Past the 20. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Lions. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out with this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry.
He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Henry up the middle.
145 yards rushing for him now as this sensational afternoon continues.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Henry. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Again, it's Henry. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. With that last effort, He has reached now 10,000 career rushing yards. Congratulations.
Big-time congratulations. That also means that his publicist can make sure all the information gets to every voter out there who has a say in the Hall of Fame. Fashioning together a heck of a resume.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. This is caught, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just added their totals. The extra point up and good by Garibay. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. He's going to let it fly. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there's no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing